afternoon. It is Monday, January 29th. It's about 1 p.m. Welcome to UNCOFFEE TALK. It's a little late in the day for me to have coffee. Instead, I have my beverage of choice here, which in this case is a Sprite Zero because I'm addicted to soda. And I don't even like regular soda. I like the cancer-causing diet soda. I'm a child of the 80s. We had lots of diet sodas in the house when I was growing up because those were supposed to be better for you in the 80s, and so I developed a taste for aspartame and artificial sweeteners, and actually don't really like regular sweeteners. My husband is constantly teasing me about my disgusting soda habits. Apparently, if you're not a diet soda drinker, they're absolutely disgusting and they're not tolerable. I say just the opposite. I have a sip of a regular soda and I just my eyes like roll back into my head. I don't care for it. Anyway, I am trying to cut back just a little bit and try to incorporate some more water into my diet. One step at a time. I was thirsty. This is what I had that was cold. And again, it is too late for coffee. So welcome to UNCOFFEE TALK. I had a relatively okay weekend. Saturday, Leah and I stayed home. I wasn't feeling great with the back issues again. So mostly I just rested with my heating pad. We had a couple of small things that we skipped just so that I could stay home and rest. Sunday was yesterday. We had, my husband had the day off, so we did a little cleaning around the house and tidying up. He helps me vacuum. Not that you could tell today because the cats have been into something and there's like little, I think they've been into my trash barrel overnight and pulling out paper pieces, and I don't even want to I don't want to get into it. Some parts of the house look like they haven't even been touched with the vacuum at all, so they're going to have to be done again. Got caught up on a little bit of laundry and the dishes, and we did the grocery shopping, and we even had to run to Michael's and Joann's on kind of like a crafting emergency situation where I needed something for a customer, which is all set now. But I did get to take a look. I shopped around just a little bit looking at clearance. As you know, I'm on a buying freeze right now because we're trying to tend to a rather large heating and electricity bill that we have going on that are due. I didn't really find anything worthwhile anyway, so I just kind of looked. The item that I was looking for was not on sale, so I used my, I think it was 40% off coupon on that yesterday. And that's done, and boom. I had a few orders that came in over the weekend from the Etsy shop, which are filled and mailed, and, you know, sure as anything, on the way home from the post office this morning, I get another sale. It's like, oh, so I'll probably end up going back out to the post office again this afternoon when I get Leah after school to get that sale shipped. I'm selling a lot of Valentine's Day cards right now. I just want to make sure that they're getting into the mail quickly because, as you know, Valentine's Day is just a little over 2 weeks away. This morning, Leah had a dentist appointment at her new dentist, which we're not exactly sad about. Her new dentist is a little bit more local. He's just in the next town over. Her former dentist is about 90 minutes away, and we originally had gotten pushed to that office because that was one of 2 offices in the state that took her insurance. But this other place has opened up since then, so we weren't exactly heartbroken to transfer to somewhere a little bit more local. Although we are very sad. Her former dentist is having some medical problems, and so he's had to shut down his practice, and it was kind of an emergency thing. So we are a little bit sad, and we think he's going to be okay. A little bit sad about that. He's a very nice man, and certainly doesn't deserve what's happening to him, or his family doesn't deserve it right now. But anyway, so transferred her care to a more local office that had opened up in fairly recent years. They do take her insurance. We went to see them this morning. Leah's dentist appointment went fine. She needs to floss better, but other than that, everything's going well. Got her off to school, ran to the post office, home. I keep forgetting to eat something. So I will have to do that when I am done with this. I did stop, like I said, at the post office, and I got mail yesterday, which was Sunday. The mail came yesterday, and when I happened to be at the post office dropping off my packages, I asked, the postmaster was there today, and I asked, you know, for some reason we're getting mail that we don't normally get mail at the house. We got mail at the house, and it was delivered yesterday, and she said that because of the Amazon Prime thing, there are still people out running mail. They're like subcontractors still running Amazon Prime stuff on Sundays. So if that happens, and if they're going to be in the area, sometimes they'll take the regular mail too. So that probably explains why we got our package. So I got a very large package that was dropped off yesterday among the other mail, and I will show you the size of this beast. It's the Priority Mail Medium Flat Rate Box. This is the Happy Mail from my friend Betsy, who is Unique Paper 15 here on YouTube. I just adore her. She's one of the nicest people ever. She actually, we had a little bit of trouble with this one. This is something that she shipped out a few weeks ago, and we had some issues with the package not being scanned properly, and not necessarily misplaced, but definitely delayed coming. She's in Florida, and I'm in New Hampshire, coming from Florida to New Hampshire in the past couple of weeks with various ice storms and just, you know, flights not being able to take off and that sort of thing. So that finally came yesterday, and I sent a message to Betsy. We're very happy that it's shown up. I haven't even opened this up yet, and I don't know if I'm going to do it in unboxing on the camera or not. I haven't had a chance to. The mail came, and literally we had to head out like 2 minutes later to run to Michael's and Joann's in the grocery store yesterday. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and get my mind around it. Last night I was crazy busy trying to get my orders finished up so that they could ship out today. And of course this morning we had the dentist and so on and so forth. So this is like the first few minutes that I have. And I don't even have a long time this afternoon because I have to go, get Leah after school. So I just have a few hours today. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I did, while I was at the post office, I did pick up another Happy Mail. This is from Julie from my Pocket Letter Exchange. I haven't opened this one yet either. But I did get my Joann's and Michael's flyers. Well, the Michael's one is more just a coupon, some coupons here for, I like going over my coupons. There's one for January 22nd to February 3rd, and that's 50% off any one regular price item. The 4th to the 10th, 30% off all regular price purchases. So that one's cool if you have multiple regular price things that you need to purchase. And the 11th to the 14th is 20% off the entire purchase. This isn't a flyer, this is just kind of a coupon leaflet that they sent. I will hang on to this in case I happen to go to Michael's in that period of time. I find it's better to just hang on to them than not hang on to them. And I actually just kind of slip them underneath my keyboard here, and that's where I keep my active stuff. I've got my Joann's flyer here. Or another leaflet for Joann's, excuse me, with more coupons. This thing is just all coupons. And some little sales here. Karen yarns and fabrics, that sort of thing. Valentine's decor, if you're in the market for Valentine's decor, that's going to be on sale. Senior discount day, Wednesday, January 31st, 20% off your total in-store purchase, 55 years and older. If you are 55 and older, bring your ID in with you. Absolutely. Use that discount, girl. So this one, again, none of this stuff really looks like it applies to me, but I'm going to hang on to these coops anyway, slip underneath here, because you never know. I don't normally go to Michael's or Joann's anyway, but like yesterday, I had to go because I needed something right away. Hi there. I took a wee break because there was a knock at the door. It was just my landlord with a package that she'd like me to bring somewhere tomorrow because I'm headed in that direction. Nothing of an emergency that we need to be concerned about. I'm going tomorrow. Tomorrow, my husband and I are going down to Boston to pick up a friend, her daughter actually, who's moving back up to the area. So we're taking our minivan down to get all of her stuff and her cats. And she just had something she wanted me to bring with us to leave there. So nothing exciting. So sorry about that. I forgot what I was just talking about mostly. I think I was just talking about Joann's and Michael's, how I don't go very often, but I still hang on to those coupons because you never know if you're going to need them. I'd rather throw them away when I find them expired than to throw them away and find that I needed them and didn't hang on to them. I do have both the apps for Michael's and Joann's, and I do belong to the Michael's Rewards program where allegedly you get better stuff. Not that I've ever seen any evidence of that, but you get better discounts or whatever. But I find that sometimes those coupons aren't as good as the paper coupons that you get, and sometimes vice versa. Sometimes the online coupons are better than these coupons, so it's definitely worth checking them both out. So the other really exciting thing is that my latest issue of Card Making and Papercraft is here. I'm super excited. This is the January issue 178. Now this is a British publication, so it comes to me a little bit later than it hits the stands. And that's fine with me. Or it hits the stands in Britain anyway. I don't think that any of the Michael's or Joann's that we saw yesterday even had this issue. So our free gift this month is this embossing folder, which looks like that embossing folder. If any of you are in any of the Facebook card making groups, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that embossing folder. So it's kind of along the same lines. And then we've got a few stamps to go along with it, just a couple of little sentiments. So those might come in handy, or this will make a nice gift for someone. And I do love my Card Making and Papercraft magazine. This is my favorite magazine, card making magazine ever. I love, of course I can't enter any of the contests because I'm in America, but I just love it. So I'll go through this and read and get some inspiration. Oh, we got some free papers. Whew, stinky. Very ripe smelling magazine. Whew. So I'll go through this at my leisure and come up with some, I usually get inspired with a few different ideas. Like, that's adorable. I'd have to, obviously I wouldn't make this exact same thing, but I do love that the dark blues with the pinks. And of course they do a lot of square cards in Britain, which we don't really do here in the United States because it actually costs more to buy a stamp for a square card. So I'd have to kind of redo this in my own way anyway. But that's the kind of thing that I like to do, just to see what kind of color trends we're looking at, shapes and stuff like that. I really enjoy that. So I'm super excited to have my magazine. So not much else has been going on with us at the house. I don't really have any cards to show off. Excuse me, let me take a sip of my beverage. I don't really have any, I just spilled. I don't really have any cards to show off because I haven't been home really to work. I have been doing some coloring, trying to get caught up on some coloring. I did just find out that there are two 4th grade classes in my daughter's school. I did just find out sort of accidentally that the two classes will celebrate their Valentine's Day together. So I actually need to make enough Valentines for all of the students in the other classroom as well. So I need to get started on that. I only have enough, only had colored and die cut enough stuff to make for Leah's classroom, not for the other classroom. So I'll be making some more L'Enfant Roar cards for the other class. I haven't finished pulling those together yet, but I'm working on it. I did color, I did get my raccoons, my Hero Arts raccoon set. I did get that colored. I'm still trying to find a moment to finish coloring up a few other things and kind of throw them into cards. I will get there. I did get, oh, so a little piece of news that I forgot to mention the last time I did a coffee chat video. So I've mentioned that my very young and handsome husband that I love very much is going to be a grandfather. His oldest son is going to be 24, and actually just a couple days. That reminds me, I need to make myself a little note to get his card out in the mail when I go back to the post office tonight. So his eldest son has been married for about a year, and they were high school sweethearts. So obviously they married quite young, and they announced that they were expecting their first child. So we've known that for a couple weeks now, and I believe I told you guys this, but they just had their first prenatal checkup last week, and it is twins, guys. They had an ultrasound we've seen for ourselves. So my stepson is going to be the father to twins. So I am ecstatic. I am tickle pink. I love babies. More than one baby is like not even a fathomable joy. Just put them both on me at once and I'm just gonna like pass out in joy. My husband is doing okay. He's not so vain that he's not really vain, so it's not that he's upset about being made a grandfather so young. He got married to their mom when he was 18, and I think Kyle was conceived he's like 17 or something, or maybe we have that backwards, but 20, I don't even remember. So my husband was just barely like legal when he became a father. And that's, that's kind of what is going to happen if you get married so young, is that you're going to have your kids so young. And then of course, Rod married me when he was 30, which is a nice, kind of like average age, I guess, to get married. And then of course when we had Leah, I think he was 32 or 33. So it's almost like he's had a completely second family in the lifespan. In his 43 years, he's had two families that he's raised or raising. But anyway, so twins is super exciting. Now Kyle and his wife are really into Dungeons and Dragons and role playing and fantasy and all that stuff. So I have a friend, an Etsy friend that I recently discovered. She has access to a certain dragon scale fabric and has been making pajamas for babies. So I'm going to be on the list to get a couple of sets of pajamas from her in the spring when she gets more fabric. And I have kind of an idea, and maybe you guys can help me figure out what to do. As you know, I'm not much of a scrapbooker. This is actually this year, 2018, is actually my first time making an actual scrapbook for myself. I've built some pages for friends, but I've never actually really built one for myself. And I don't even have any like photos yet to start yet because the year just started. I'm not ready. But I thought that I would make some scrapbooks for the babies. And I kind of had this idea to make it like a dragon scale scrapbook. So I have no idea how to go about that. If you guys have any idea, let me know. If you've ever seen or heard of anything like that, I would really appreciate kind of a link or, to a video or a blog post or something to kind of give me an idea. I'm not a very good freehand painter. So if they already make albums that have dragon scales on them, I could buy it too, or if it's something that I have to make, then that would be okay too. So I thought that I would kind of work on that too as a shower gift. And then of course, I've already talked to my sisters. We're all on bargain duty with our coupons and sale shopping. So we'll all three be kind of stocking up on packages of diapers here or there, because Kyle and his wife are going to be so screwed. They're already, I did have a chance to speak to Kyle's wife after they had announced the twins. This was a completely unplanned pregnancy. They're floored. They know that they're not ready necessarily, if you will. They're still, neither one of them has a college degree. They're kind of working just barely more than minimum wage jobs. They have a car that, a shared car that's falling apart. They rent someone's in-law apartment over their garage. They're just, barely making ends meet as it is. So the very good news is that they have medical insurance though. So unlike when Rod and I found ourselves unexpectedly pregnant with Leah, where we didn't have any medical insurance and had to pay for everything. So that is the one, oh my goodness. So at least they're going to have medical care, and she's going to have some real prenatal care and not have to be at like the teen pregnancy clinic like I did at 28 years old when you find yourself unexpectedly pregnant. So just absolutely floored by the news. I'm hoping that all of the parents can kind of come together and be a really strong support network for this young couple and their 2 babies. We live 6 hours away from them, so we're physically probably not going to be able to do more than just be there physically a couple times a year. So I'm kind of, at this point, I'm kind of struggling with some ideas of things that we can do from so far away to be more supportive, short of sending cash, which of course we will, if we can, but we're also raising a child of our own and also living paycheck to paycheck and stuff like that. So I'm still really excited because I love babies. I wish, yeah, I'm not comfortable sharing their ultrasound picture or anything, so I won't. We'll keep that private, but just that's kind of what's going on for us. Hey, babies, I'm very excited. So the last thing that I have over here that I wanted to point out, and I mentioned a few weeks ago that I had ordered the We Are Memory Keepers laser mat that I got for like $30 with a coupon from Michaels, and it didn't ship, and finally we got it. I haven't even had a chance to open this up yet. That's how crazy busy I am. I was really excited about this, and now I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So I thought that we would have a quick look at what's going on here. And I think that between the 2 parts of this video now, I probably rambled on for a good half an hour or something. It might be best to do another video to show off the Happy Meal. So let's take a look at this. You open the box. We've got this cardboard thing. Ooh, and here's the mat. And then here's some directions or something. And here's a piece of cardboard. And another piece of cardboard. And look at that, guys. More cardboard and more cardboard. I believe these are just buffers for the package. Let's get these out of the way. Pop one of these on the floor in case there's a little bunny rabbit that runs by. So I've got my laser square instructions. Each arm requires a 9-volt battery. I don't know if it comes with a 9-volt battery or not. I'm sure that we have 9-volt batteries. I just don't know where they would be. I think that's what my postal scale uses. So I might... 9-volt, those are the square ones, right? The rectangular ones? I think so. If that's the case... That's what my postal scale uses, so I know I have another battery somewhere. Let's see, these are the actual arms. Ooh, look at that. That's the laser. I don't know if you can see it. The laser. Now this will have 2 separate lasers. Yep. I don't see batteries, so I'm probably going to have to obtain a battery from somewhere, which means rooting around a little bit. We have a couple of, we don't have junk drawers here, but I have a couple of baskets of just random loose tidbits like batteries, that sort of thing, on top of the refrigerator. I'll probably check there. Have a quick peek. So it looks like it's a fairly simple put together. It's got 2 parts of this mat here. This is, in terms of work mats, this is kind of on the smaller side. Oh God, you guys, I've been watching the Tim Holtz previews of what's coming soon, and I'm super excited for more oxide inks. And that glass mat, though. How about that? That glass mixed media mat. I was absolutely blown away when I was watching Tim demonstrate it. And I was thinking to myself the whole time, there's no way that this is not like a $200 item. Excuse me, another sip. Yeah, so that I just kept thinking that there's no way this is not a $200 item. I will just I like it. I will just never be able to get it. It's only going to be $40. So that's definitely something that I will be saving up for this year. And, you know, in addition to all the other thousands of things that I want. So right now I'm just kind of guessing kind of how this gets put together. Also from the picture. And it's got these little grooves on the underneath here that match up with the mat, the edges of the mat here. Boom. This side doesn't want to pop in. Yeah. It doesn't want to fit flushly, but I'll mess with. I still have to get the battery in here, so I'll worry about it after I get the battery. Ooh. Where does the battery go? Laser radiation. Avoid direct eye exposure. Good to know. I think this is where the battery goes, right here. Okay, I can't wait anymore. Let me see if I can get the battery out of my postal scale. And so we can try it. Yep, it's a 9-volt. I'm not a battery girl. We'll just borrow this battery for a minute. Okay. So it's a fairly simple put together. It looks like it just, some of the edges have to be finagled together. All right. 9-volt battery. I am really technologically declined. I'm not very good with putting anything together ever. So if I'm able to figure this out with relative ease, I'm sure you'll be fine too if you were considering one. It's just getting stuff snapped together. It's almost like it doesn't fit completely. It's so odd because I can see it line up. And if this one is lined up, then this one won't. And then if this one is, then this one won't. All the other ones are lining up except for this one. Okay, so now we just have to figure out where the on and off switch, here it is. Look at that. I imagine that this might come in handy as well with card making. Let's see, and this one has a separate... Oh, I bet you they each need a battery, and that's what's going on. Okay, I didn't realize that. Let me turn this off so I don't actually ping myself in the eye. Yeah, okay. No, that makes perfect sense. All right, I'm a dummy. So each laser has its own separate battery, and I only have the one battery that I've stolen from from my postal scale. So I'll have to go out and get another set of batteries, which I can certainly do. I'm not worried about that, but I definitely think that this would have some help in card making applications as well. If you're trying to piece together some letters or whatnot, and you want to get them straight on your cards. Or even if you're working with stamping or anything. This isn't a gush mat. This is just a regular, I don't know if it's self-healing or not. Just like a regular plastic covered rubber type thing. Includes a laser, square, and matte. Quick and easy laser alignment. Yep, it seems pretty quick and easy if you have the batteries. Which I didn't realize, but that's okay. I will obtain some batteries. This looks like it's going to be really handy. I don't think that this is the type of tool that I would have out on my desk all the time, but definitely for some specific projects, definitely be looking into this. So that is pretty much all I have to show off for stuff that I've gotten in the mail. I have not been doing any real shopping, even though I want to, and it's killing me to not be able to, by the way. Yeah, so not really been doing a lot of shopping, so I don't have any hauls to show off. I didn't even get anything exciting at Michael's yesterday for my customer. Just needed a specific adhesive to finish off a project, which is not... Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I thought this should... Okay, we'll leave it. Let my husband deal with it. So nothing really even exciting to show off there. And I feel bad, and I feel like I'm awfully boring and don't have a lot of crafty stuff to show off. I haven't had a lot of time to work on my cards, but I hope to, and hope that things start to ease back in for me. We're not going to be here at all tomorrow, which is Tuesday, so I wanted to get this video uploaded on Tuesday, but I'm not going to be here, so I don't know, this might even end up going up on Wednesday, and then I will do a separate video with the unboxing of my Happy Meals, and maybe that'll go up Thursday or something. Just another crazy week for me. I'm trying to keep on top of my sales and stuff. But that's it for me. Thanks for your attention and your friendship and support. Don't forget to check out my 100 subscriber giveaway. There's a separate video with the details about that going on if you're interested. I just realized I redid my nails because they were just chipped and awful. I just realized that I didn't even take the time to put a second coat on, so I might make myself some lunch and finish off my nails after I do my unboxing video and try to relax for the rest of the afternoon because my head's going to explode. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye.